I welcome all trolls to please, I'm begging you, troll me in the comments below this video. Please watch all 10 of my reasons why I'm vegan. I'll even list them point by point in the description below this video. And I welcome all trolls to please pick my reasons apart and try to destroy my veganism in the comments below this video. You can't do it. Hey everybody, it's Jake Mace, the vegan athlete, and today is November the 25th. It's my birthday today, and it's also the day before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving every year is an interesting holiday for me because in America, Thanksgiving's always surrounded by two key things. Number one, family, and number two, a feast. And you guys know that I'm the vegan athlete, and so Thanksgiving is always a weird time of the year for me because I'm the only vegan person in my family, either on my wife's side or on my side. And so I'm surrounded by family around Thanksgiving time and a feast. And it's usually not a vegan feast, and I'm the only one in my family who actually wants the Thanksgiving feast to be 100% vegan. Many times in the past, I've hosted many vegan Thanksgivings that were 100% vegan. No animal products, no dairy products, no egg products, no honey, no animal foods at all, 100% plant-based Thanksgiving, and it's been amazing. And I've oftentimes left it open as a potluck so that all my friends, family, or even people I don't know can come and bring a vegan dish and we can celebrate a compassionate Thanksgiving feast and also be surrounded by friends and family at the same time. But unfortunately, not every Thanksgiving is vegan for me because sometimes that tends to make a lot of my family feel uncomfortable and they feel as if I'm trying to exclude them. What usually tends to happen during Thanksgiving is three things. Number one, I bring vegan food that usually is the first thing to get eaten because it's delicious. Number two, people tend to know that I'm vegan and they tend to prepare Jake's potatoes, the vegan ones, on the side, or Jake's stuffing, the vegan one on the side. And it makes me feel very self-conscious, and I feel as if a lot of effort went into making me feel comfortable, which makes me feel kind of egotistical. And number three, I tend to hold my tongue and just be quiet while everybody around me eats a lot of dead animals. And so today in this YouTube video, I'm going to touch on the 10 reasons why Jake Mace, the vegan athlete, is vegan. And I was inspired to do this video today because my friend, who's also a very skillful gardener, John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com, did a video just like this a few days ago, and I was inspired by his video to make my own video of my 10 reasons why I'm vegan and why I still remain vegan to this day. This is probably the number one question I get asked by folks who train with me in fitness, martial arts, Tai Chi, yoga, meditation, as well as gardening is, Jake, why the heck are you vegan? And why have you been vegan now for 15 years? And that is exactly how long it's been. I'm 34 years old today. I'm no longer a 33-year-old, I'm 34. And I went vegan when I was 19 years old and I was still in college at Arizona State University. And so it's been 15 years now, which is a pretty significant anniversary for me. And it's getting to the point now when I meet fewer and fewer vegans who have been vegan longer than I have. And if you are new to the vegan lifestyle, I hope that this video will help you. So please hit the thumbs up on it before we get started. Subscribe to my channel. And if you're not vegan, I would encourage you to please troll me in the comments below this video. And I'm looking forward to the challenge of blowing all of your non-vegan ideals out of the water. First, the number one reason why I'm vegan is because of the animals. I have over 100 animals that live with me here on my property in the Phoenix area. We have dogs and cats and rabbits and chickens and fish, even a tortoise. And these animals all live together with me and my wife Pam in harmony. And I love these animals. My dogs are my companions, and human beings as a species of animal have been companions with dogs, with canines, for tens of thousands of years. We've had a symbiotic relationship with dogs. Cats are my indoor family, my indoor companions, and they're so intelligent and so loving, and so many human beings out there in the world, especially Americans, love their dogs and cats. And quite often my argument with my non-vegan friends is, why do you love your dogs and you love your cats, but you eat pigs and you eat cows and you eat chickens who are equally, if not more intelligent and deserving and feeling as dogs and cats are. It's been proven in countless studies that pigs are equally, if not more intelligent than dogs. And cows, pigs, chickens, fish, these are all as complex of an animal as human beings are. They feel sadness and love and happiness and freedom and pain. And we just slaughter and eat them without a second thought. So it always blows my mind as to why we favor the canine animal or the feline animal, dogs and cats, but yet we abuse, murder, rape, slaughter, and then eat the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the fish, and then some. The other day I was in a discussion with my brother who's not vegan, and I was saying to him, yes, I would love to come to Thanksgiving dinner. Can we have it be vegan? And of course, my brother and my whole family thinks that I'm ridiculous when I suggest such a thing. So I say, okay, well then let me bring a German Shepherd roast, and we'll eat the German Shepherd roast, we'll have cat gravy, and we'll have a feast of dog and cat. And of course, again, they think that there's Jake Mace, the crazy vegan, being unreasonable again. But it makes perfect sense to me. I think that if you are truly an animal lover, and you call yourself an animal lover, and you have compassion toward animals, but you're not vegan, I cannot take you seriously. I really think that if you're going to be compassionate and loving toward animals, like dogs and cats, birds, etc., you have to extend that compassion and love toward your diet and toward your lifestyle. And you have to make sure that no animals are suffering or dying to feed you when there are plants and fruits and vegetables that can be eaten instead. In the United States of America alone, on Thanksgiving, just that one day, there are over 45 million turkeys that are slaughtered and eaten just for that one holiday to bring humans closer together. It's a holocaust of animals. On the Super Bowl, just the one day of the Super Bowl, there were over 1.5 billion, with a B, 1.5 billion chicken wings consumed on that one day. That is almost a billion chickens, because it takes 2 wings to make 1 chicken. 750 million chickens on that one day. And annually in the United States of America, there are over 45 million cows killed each year. There are over 6.5 billion fish killed each year, with a B, billion, 6.5 billion fish. There are over 120 million pigs and over 10 billion chickens killed annually, each and every year, just for Americans to feed themselves. This American in front of you right now, the vegan one, Jake Mace, me, has not killed an animal for his diet or for his life in 15 years. So think about how many cows, fish, chickens, and pigs that I have saved just simply by not eating them myself. Number 2, my second reason why I'm a vegan is because of the people. People oftentimes think that because I'm vegan, I don't care about human beings, and I'm only compassionate and caring toward animals. And this could not be further from the truth. I'm an animal, but I'm a human animal first. My species that I am a part of is humans. And human beings are incredibly benefited by a vegan diet. Let me tell you how. Number 1, the human beings who work in the meat and the dairy industries, slaughtering the animals, milking the animals, in the meat and dairy industry. They're some of the most underpaid, undervalued, and abused human beings in the world. They're oftentimes undocumented workers, so their salaries are very low. And these large corporations who produce 99.9% of the meat and dairy are famous for neglecting their employees, underpaying the employees, not giving their employees health care or health insurance, and leaving their employees with working conditions that are extremely prone to illness and injury. In addition to the poor conditions for humans at meat and dairy companies, think about this. If you have any concern for starving poor children or starving poor humans, the facts are that it takes approximately 16 pounds of vegetables to produce 1 pound of meat. And what that means is that the majority of the vegetables being grown on the planet today are not being fed to humans. The majority of the vegetables being grown today are being fed to animals, and they're being siphoned through animals to then slaughter the animals to feed to the human. This is horribly inefficient. 16 pounds of vegetables for 1 pound of beef. That means that right now, this very second, we could change only one thing. We can turn the world vegan and instantly have 16 times more food on the planet, and we can feed all of the world's hungry and poor humans, adults and kids alike. And quite often these workers and employees who work at these meat and dairy processing plants are always in fear of being fired or deported if they don't show up to work, because there's so many people who need a job to get money to then put food on the table for their families. So what happens is that people show up to the job while they're ill, while they're sick, while they're injured, because they're in fear of being deported or fired. So it's a horrible, horrible cycle of disrespecting humans that always surrounds the meat and dairy industry. So here we go. This one is gonna be a fun one to debate in the comments. Humans are biologically not made to eat animal products. Humans are biologically designed to be herbivores in these ways. Number one, we do not have teeth that are conducive of eating flesh and eating animals. I don't care that human beings in English have called these teeth canines. These are not the same canines that a cat has, that a dog has, that a hyena has. Those teeth that those carnivores have are built for tearing and shredding flesh. What we have is molars, and we have a jaw that moves side to side, that is most well suited for grinding up grain and vegetables just like herbivores do. Number two, we have enzymes in our saliva that are most well suited for pre-digesting grain. Most carnivores have enzymes in their saliva that are most well suited for pre-digesting dead carcass. Number three, the digestive tract of a human being is significantly longer than a carnivore. And so if a human being eats steak, meat, chicken, and dairy, it takes a long time for that dead animal to move through our body before we crap it out. And as our body is processing that food over those multiple days of time, what is it doing? It's clogging up our blood and our heart and our organs with cholesterol and saturated fat that carnivores do not have to worry about. I don't care how much meat my dogs eat, they are not going to die of cardiovascular disease and of a heart attack and a stroke like humans do, because their digestive tract is very short. So when a carnivore like a cat and a dog and a hyena, a lion, when they eat the meat, it goes in their mouth and goes out their body very quickly. Humans have a longer digestive system that is more suited for digesting plants like fruits and vegetables. Number four, if dogs or if cats see a squirrel or a rabbit, they can run and catch that squirrel or rabbit. Human beings are fake carnivores. The only way that I can catch a squirrel or rabbit is by using my brain to make a snare or taking a gun and shooting it. Biologically, I don't have the speed. I don't have the claws. I don't have the vision. I don't have the teeth. And nor do I have the appetite to hunt down an animal with my bare hands, catch it, rip it apart, drink the blood, eat the liver, eat the organs, and only leave the bones. My dogs would love to do that. And if you talk to most of your friends who are human, the idea of drinking warm blood fresh from a newly killed animal, the idea of eating a liver without cooking it, eating a heart with no seasoning salt, disgusts almost every human on the planet. And that's because we are not meant to eat those things. The idea of drinking blood, eating liver, eating heart from a raw, uncooked animal is extremely appetizing to a carnivore. For us, it's repulsive, but the idea of eating a strawberry, and the idea of eating a cantaloupe, the idea of eating watermelon, or the idea of eating a fresh, amazing salad with edible flowers and a beautiful banana dessert is very scrumptious and appetizing for human beings. You will even see human beings seek out the most colorful foods on the table because we know biologically that the brightest strawberries and the most vibrantly colored fruits and vegetables are also the most nutritious. That attribute's also used against us sometimes with things like candy and meat because they'll pump different gases and things into the meat to make it look more visually appealing so that humans will buy it when it's prepackaged and looking very pretty at the store. And I don't know about you, but none of my meat-eating friends, 0 of them, take a chicken breast and just eat it. What do? We cook it. Then what do? We season it with plants. We put herbs, salt, spices. We put potatoes, carrots. We make gravies. We have to do everything we can to disguise the meat to make it edible. A carnivore does not have to do that. They just want the meat. This is another reason why I think humans are biologically designed to be herbivores, because we want to eat the fresh fruits and vegetables in their raw state. And in order to be a fake carnivore, we have to include those fruits and vegetables around the meat to disguise it to make it edible. Number 3, the third reason why I'm vegan is athletics. Everybody who's an athlete, from CrossFit to MMA to golf, can benefit from a vegan diet and a vegan lifestyle. There's a story that the US Hall of Fame track and field Olympian Carl Lewis tells about the final Olympic Games that he ran in. And he talks about how it was his 4th Olympic Games, and he became kind of like the father of all the young Olympians on the team that year. In the story, he talks about because the Olympic track and field athletes train so vigorously and so dedicated all the time, they oftentimes neglected their diet. And so he had discovered years earlier that a plant-based diet full of fruits, vegetables, grains, rices, a vegan diet, was allowing him to perform at a higher level than he had ever performed at before. And everybody else on the team saw Carl Lewis as an older Olympian compared to the younger people on the team, yet he was still breaking his own records from years earlier. So he says in that final Olympic Games that year, the entire US Olympic track and field team went vegan because they were trying to get a little bit of an edge like he had, and they had a record-breaking Olympics that year and won very many gold medals for the US team. And so there's countless stories of countless athletes in countless sports who have switched over to the vegan diet and have continued to have the same, if not better, success at their sport. And what these athletes are finding is that a vegan diet is far more conducive of athletic performance than a carnivore style diet. Number 4, the 4th reason why I'm vegan is water. I live in the Phoenix area, Phoenix, Arizona, and it's a dry, desert-like climate. And so water is always on the minds of the people who live here. Now, people try to conserve water by turning the faucet off when they brush their teeth, or flushing the toilet less, or taking shorter showers, etc., etc. But the number one way you can conserve water no matter where you live is to go vegan and eat a vegan diet and adopt a vegan lifestyle. And this is because it takes infinitely more gallons of water to produce a pound of meat or dairy than it does to produce a pound of vegetables or fruits. I just read one study that said 1 hamburger is equivalent to taking 2 months of showers. So think about it, every meal that you eat a vegan diet instead of a hamburger, it's equivalent to taking 2 months of fewer showers. Now, I don't know about you, I would much rather be clean and take showers every day or twice a day and have a vegan diet as opposed to eat the hamburger and stop taking showers. So the vegan diet is incredibly more efficient when it comes to its use of water. And you can't always think about running the faucet less, or turning the hose off, or watering your lawn less, or taking shorter showers. You have to think about your diet and how the number one thing you do in life is eat. We all eat all the time. And so when your diet is inefficiently using water, you are a water waster. So everybody in California who's in a drought area needs to go on a vegan diet, especially the governor of California, because our leaders need to be the ones who go vegan and set the example of what it means to be a human who is conscious of their water usage. And the number one way that we can be conscious of our water usage is by eating a plant-based diet 100% of the time. Number 5, the 5th reason why I'm vegan is because of land and planet Earth. I love planet Earth, and I consider myself a lover of the outdoors. I'm always hiking and camping and enjoying the planet, traveling, all that kind of thing. And there are some very scary statistics out there like this one. 1/3 of the livable land on planet Earth right now, 1/3, is being used to produce meat for human consumption in the form of raising the livestock and growing the vegetables to feed that livestock. So think about that the next time you are flying over farm fields, or you're driving past a enormous farm that's growing corn, or that's growing soy, or that's growing wheat. The majority of those crops that are growing on the earth are not being grown for you or me. They're being grown for animals to eat and then grow and then be slaughtered and then be processed and then be shipped and then be refrigerated and then be fed to us. This is a horribly inefficient use of the earth and of land. And that's how we come back to this fact that 1/3 of the livable land on the planet is being used to produce meat for human consumption. Not only that, but the #1 producer of global carbon emissions on the earth is not cars, is not factories for energy, it's the meat and dairy industry. And this is a globally accepted fact that the industry that's attached to the growing, slaughtering, processing, shipping, and consuming of meat and dairy products is the #1 producer of carbon emissions in the earth. So the next time that you feel good about driving your Prius, or purchasing your Tesla, or driving your Nissan Leaf, or riding a bicycle as your primary mode of transportation, if you're not also vegan, it's mostly in vain, because the amount of carbon emissions you're putting in the earth by eating meat and dairy products dwarfs the cars you drive. It dwarfs the factories processing coal for human energy. Now granted, if you go vegan, ride your bike, and drive an electric car that's charged by solar panels on your house, then you're the best. You're the best of both worlds. #6 is this stuff, you guys. It's the money. It's the taxes. The taxes that we pay as Americans go to subsidize the meat and dairy industry, and it makes them a very powerful corporation with a very powerful lobby and with a very powerful pocketbook. There's somewhere in the range of $38 billion that the US government gives, just hands over to the meat and dairy industry in order to keep the prices of meat and dairy lower so that they can sell to you at a lower price and so that they can compete more easily on the world market. Only about 17 million of those dollars, like 0.4% or something, goes toward fruit and vegetables. And so the overwhelming 99.9% of that $38 billion goes to subsidize the meat and dairy industry, which makes them extremely powerful, which is why when you go into any elementary school, it's got milk, it's pork the other white meat, it's where's the beef, and these are the billboards that are plastered in the lunchrooms of our schools, which are culting and brainwashing the youth and the kids of our human species into perpetuating the cycle of eating meat and dairy products. So you see, meat and dairy products are not necessary for us to survive, but it has been spoon-fed and drilled into our brains since before we can even remember, because the corporations of the meat and dairy industry are so rich and so powerful because your tax dollars are making them powerful. #7, the 7th reason why I'm vegan is a fun one. It's true, and it's also a very important reason why I stay vegan, and that's sex. Now here, I'll tell you why sex is one of the main reasons why I am vegan. When you eat animal products like meat, chicken, fish, dairy, all those things, cholesterol and saturated fat is always in them. Plant-based foods do not have cholesterol, but the animal foods do. And what does that do? It clogs up your heart, and clogs up your arteries, and clogs up your blood. And I've read countless times that, especially for guys, not being able to perform sexually and not being able to get it up can be one of the first causes of having a heart attack or cardiovascular disease, because it's just a fact that you'll have less blood flow going through your body. So if you adopt the vegan diet, you're gonna have better blood flow, cleaner heart, cleaner organs, and therefore a more vigorous, more fun, and cleaner sex life. And it's been shown countless times that vegans on average are much skinnier, more athletic, in better shape than people who are not vegan. And when you're in better shape and you're more fit, you tend to have a better sex life as well. And what I've also found from my experience is that 99% of the women on the planet are compassionate toward animals. You bring a kitten or a puppy in the room and every girl goes, ah, and they just love animals. And so the minute that you are known as the athletic, fit, vegan guy, your veganism will speak louder to women than your words ever can, and they instantly will know that the vegan person is also compassionate toward animals. I want to be around that person. Boom, you got the date, you got the girl, all because you were vegan. #8, the 8th reason why I'm vegan is because of athletics, fitness, and longevity. My skin, my eyes, my overall smell, my energy, my athletic performance is all enhanced and increased because of my 100% plant-based diet. The protein that I get from dark leafy greens, from vegetables, from fruits and plants, plus the raw amino acids that are all in those living foods that are plant-based, are infinitely better to fuel my cells with than dead carcass is. For the most part, when you adopt a vegan diet, you sleep better, you eat better, you work out better, you recover faster, you have more longevity, you can go longer, you can lift more, and there's countless amount of fighters, professional athletes, and bodybuilders and strongmen who are vegan, who are destroying the stereotype that you need animal protein to be an athlete. Plant-based protein is a better source of protein, it's more alive, and it will fuel your body better than the meat and dairy protein will, especially when it comes to whey protein. Stop drinking the whey protein. They have found in countless studies, just like the China study. I'd recommend reading that book, The China Study, or watching the movie Forks Over Knives, and you'll see how the doctors Campbell and Esselstyn, who are associated with that China study, could turn up cancer or turn down cancer like a volume dial, depending on how much dairy they would feed the subject. So if you want to eliminate the cancer and eliminate the heart disease from your life, eliminate the stroke, eliminate the diabetes, go vegan and adopt a healthy vegan diet full of lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, like the ones I grow in my garden behind me, and you will infinitely have better skin, better eyes, a better smell to everyone around you, plus your athletic performance, your performance at work, your ability to give energy to life will increase because your diet will be compassionate and alive. And the diet of a meat and dairy eater is full of ignorance, pain, and death. Number 9, the 9th reason why I'm vegan is because I love to produce the food that I need to survive at my house. It's infinitely cheaper, it's infinitely more nutritious, and it's fun. And for the most part, most human beings living in the cities are not going to raise cows, raise chickens, and raise pigs to then slaughter in their backyard and eat. But we can grow spinach and kohlrabi and kale and fruit trees that we can eat in our front and backyard. They'll be beautiful to look at, beautiful for the soul, and we can pick these fruits throughout the entire year without any blood, without any screaming, without any death or pain, and a lot of times the tree and the mother plant continues to live on. And number 10, the final reason why I am vegan is because I really believe in the quote that you need to be the change that you want to see in the world. It is extremely challenging to go out into the world and to tell other human beings to change. If I go tell 100 people to go vegan, they will literally not do it just to spite me. But if I become a symbol of the change that I want to see in the world, if I become the vegan athlete, if I am the most athletic, strong, fun, cool, playful vegan that I know, people will go, Jake, why are you so energetic? How come you can work out longer than me? How come you can sleep less than me, yet go a lot further than me? How come when I need a rest, Jake, you can keep going physically? How come you look so healthy and clean? Your skin looks so bright. How come you look younger than 34 years old? How come your eyes look clear? How come you have virtually no bad cholesterol in your body? How can all these things be so? And I say, well, maybe it's my vegan diet. And they say, what is that? And I say, well, it's a diet that only eats plants. And they go, you know what? I'm gonna try that because I wanna be more like you. That is how you can change the world. You can be the example of what you wanna see, and you'll become a magnet, and other people will be magnetized to you. Don't be an army that goes off trying to shoot people. Be the nuclear bomb that is dropped in one place and ends the entire war. You can be the nuclear bomb, and by being the best you can be, and becoming the example of what you want to see in the world. And then, like a nuclear bomb that extends out extremely powerfully, you will extend out, and your reach, your vegan reach, will become epic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys got through all 10 reasons why I'm a vegan. I've been vegan for 15 years now, and I will continue to be vegan going forward. The other day, somebody was trolling me on Facebook, and they had every fact in the book trying to denounce my vegan diet as being not healthy for humans. And I said to them, well, anybody can find facts to push their side of the story. But I guarantee you something. I can do more push-ups than that person. I guarantee you I can run faster and farther than that person. I guarantee you I look healthier and younger than that person. And I guarantee you I have better sex than that person. I guarantee you I live a healthier, more vibrant life than that person because my blood and my organs and my conscience is clear. I welcome all trolls to please, I'm begging you, troll me in the comments below this video. Please watch all 10 of my reasons why I'm vegan. I'll even list them point by point in the description below this video. And I welcome all trolls to please pick my reasons apart and try to destroy my veganism in the comments below this video. You can't do it. And while you are busy screaming at why somebody should not be able to be this healthy and humans shouldn't be vegan, I will continue to be vegan and you'll probably die far before me, and I'll keep living. And during that process of me living a healthy, vibrant lifestyle, just think of this. Think of how many animals that are alive and that can feel pain and that can feel love and that just want to be pet on the head like my dogs. How many cows, pigs, and chickens like that will be saved by this vegan athlete because I'll be doing the things that real animal lovers should do, which is not murdering and eating the earth and the animals that I love. Go vegan, grow your food at home if you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called the Vegan Athlete Channel. It's 99% gardening videos, but once in a while I love these vegan videos because it gets people thinking about how the world works. I will see you guys back here next time or on my website at jakemace.com.